Hi everyone, this is your career guide and today we are back with our new topic in DBMS, that is schema. So today we are going to discuss about this topic schema. Why we are going to discuss about it, this topic, instead it is a very simple and very short topic. Why I have chosen this topic today? Because this schema term, you will find in a lot of areas in database. If you see multiple questions will ask you like, this is the schema, this is the structure of schema, this schema we have created. So you will find this term schema in a lot of questions related to databases. So today we'll study about what is schema. So as per the definition, if we go, it says that schema is a logical representation, which means that schema is the logical representation of the data in database. So why we are saying that logical representation here? Let's suppose whenever we store the data in our database, in our server, in our backend files, so at that time the data we store, that is not in this logical form of data. At that place we store the data in the form of physical representation. So what is the logical representation then? Let's suppose take the example of RDBMS. So this RDBMS we have already studied in our previous topic. So RDBMS is the relational database management system, in which we have the tables, in which we have the database in the form of tables. So these tables could be like, just take an entity for an example of student. So a student is an entity, or you can say, what is entity? Entity can be any real world object that you can define, with multiple attributes. So for the student, what we can do, what information can we have about a student? So in student we can have like the roll number of the student. For name we can also have of a student, then the age, then must be the address, and the list goes on. So there can be multiple attributes to the student that can define a student. So in this term, so let's just take another example of an entity. We take it as course. So let's suppose there are multiple courses in a university. So what can be the attributes or the columns of course? There can be multiple attributes. First should be like if there is a university and it is offering multiple courses, then in that case there must be a course ID for every course. To define it, to define it in a unique way. So we have this course ID to identify every course in a unique way. Then the course ID, then the course name, maybe course name, and then the fee structure, right? Then we can have the fee structure of every course. So what is this? These are the tabular forms that in which we are showing the data, in which we are having the data. But when we save this data into our hard drives or on the servers, so this data that is showing here in the form of table, it gets stored there in the form of files, but not in the form this table or these columns. These type of details should never go in the hard drive or the server where we store the data in actual or the physical representation. So these tables are called as the logical representation of database. So this is the logical representation, this is the schema, or you can say tables are the schema in the term of RDBMS. So if we talk about RDBMS, so now let's talk about the structure of this particular implementation of this schema. So how you can take any entity like student or course, or I have taken, so you can take any real world object that you can define with the form of with the multiple attributes. You can define it in a structure of a table with the multiple attributes or the multiple information. So this is the logical representation, and this logical implementation we can how can we implement this logical implementation? Using SQL we can implement this. In SQL there are DDL commands. These are the data definition language commands. So these commands using like these commands have like alter data, alter table, create table. So this is alter table, create table, or maybe a drop table. So we'll see all these commands and everything in the form when we study SQL. We'll talk about these commands in more detail, how we can use this command to give a structure to this or to implement this logical structure or this schema. So how can we use these commands? Like these for the roll number, let's say it is a roll number, And what could be the roll number? Roll number could be a integer, right? This can be an integer. What name could be a? Name could be a varchar or a character. The same goes with the age. Age can be a integer again. And for the address, address also can be a varchar or char. So where we can use varchar and why we are using char, this will all this thing we'll also see on our in our coming videos. So this course, the same thing goes with the course. So for this course ID, it may be, you can say this course ID can be an integer again, okay, and this course name could be a varchar or char, right? This fee structure could be again a integer. So this is how we can implement this logical structure or the schema, that you can say logical representation of database. In the schema, there could be a single table or there could be a multiple table, right? Multiple tables which are related to each other. So this DDL commands or these things we can use to implement a single schema or multiple schemas. Okay, and in single schema, what we can have a single table or we can have a structure of multiple table which are related to each other by some relation between them, right? So if we see in this particular scenario, I'm just giving you an example. In detail we're going to study it further, but for in this context I'm just going to give you an example how these two tables can be connected together. So let's say a student must be enrolled for a particular course. There can be one more attribute that we can have, that is course. So every student that we have must be enrolled in some courses, right? So instead, let's say we have 10 courses in our university and there might be 100 or 1000 students in that university. So in this case, if we store the course name here, right, in student table itself, then if suppose there are 1000 students, then in that case this course, this particular rows in the course will go to 1000, and there might be like 10 students who have taken the same course. So we'll need to enter the same information of course name for the 10 students, right? So that is taking more space. Okay, if we are adding one more column and it is just having the values till 1000 or 2000, then it is taking more space. If we talk about this course, there are, as we discussed, there are already 10 courses that a university is offering. So in that case, what we can do, we can create another table, we can create another schema, and this in which we can store the details of 10 courses. There will be 10 rows in this course table, right? Then how can we connect these two things, these two tables? We can give that this particular let's say we can say this is a roll number 1 and the name of the student is Alan, and his age should be like 21 years old, you can say, or the address may be NY or just maybe you can say Delhi or anything that you want in the course ID. So in this course, instead of giving the course name, what you can give, you can say that this is the course number 1, this is the course number 1 for the ID, and the course name is, okay, let's say it is a BTech, and the fee structure is something. So instead of writing this BTech here, there might be multiple students who is having the BTech as their course, right? So instead of writing this BTech here, what we can say, we can write this course ID here, right? So when we are going to extract the data, or when we are going to select the data for that particular user, for the particular student, when we are going to select this data, how we can get this? We can perform a join on these two tables on the basis of this course ID, which is similar in both these two tables. So this is the relation these two tables are having. So in that case, the tables are related to each other. We can create multiple tables and relate them and connect them in multiple ways, right? So this is, we are going to see in detail when we are going to study about the keys, that how these are, what we call this key which is connecting these two tables. So these things we are going to study in our further videos. So this is all about schema. Schema by definition is the logical representation of database. So I mean, we are just storing, when we store the data in the hard drive or a hard disk, so it has a different physical representation there. But when we talk about the logical, so in that logical term, we can create the structure, we can create this particular structure in the form of tables where we can connect these two datas, or we can define its structure. So that is all about schema that we have studied. As I already told you, this is a very small topic that we are going to discuss, but this term has been used widely in most of the areas. That's why I have created this video. So I mean, you can study about it. So let's see you in the next video. Thank you.